Jamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Jamar for here once again. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Jamar for here once again, here to discuss this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami. The series is still going. It's still going. We got some good stuff this episode. I was actually happy with what I got to work with. I got my notes, I got my past, so let's go ahead and dig in. So we start off where Bobby wants to meet with Miami Tip to talk about the melee that happened at that pool party that, you know, belonged to Prince. And he's crying, he's apologetic, he's sorry, he's this, that, and the fourth. And I mean, of course, he feels bad that he laid hands on somebody that you love, which is fair. That's you should be, you know, upset about it. And even as that's happening, we're seeing Jeffrey meeting up with these two random people we've never met. But they're talking about, he's saying he feels disrespected and how you should never put your hands on nobody. Ain't nobody put their hands on me before, this, that, and the fourth. My thing is, I'm confused because, and I'm really just gonna put all of this in. I'm not even gonna break it up because they broke that up at the beginning and then they put him and Malik at the end. This situation confuses me because I understand that Jeffrey should be sorry for hitting him. I understand, that Bobby should be sorry for hitting Jeffrey, and I understand how Jeffrey is upset that he was attacked. But the part that's confusing to me is that later on we see Bobby pulling all these pedals. He's giving these I'm sorry candles. He's been blowing up his phone. He's been really trying to get down on his knees and beg for this man's forgiveness. But the only reason that you attacked him in the first place is because he was, well, did he say it? I think he pretty much kind of said it without saying it. He slept with his ex. So that's full-fledged emotional and physical infidelity. So if Jeffrey is the one who cheated, okay, if Jeffrey is the one who cheated, was accepting gifts, slept with him, went to dinner with him, meeting up, talking about you with him, and is posting up on social media with him, I mean, how does Jeffrey how would he have expected Bobby to react if they're supposed to be in a relationship? Why is Bobby the one on his knees? Why is Bobby the one being apologetic when Jeffrey hasn't said, not now, I'm sorry for cheating on you? I mean, if you wanted to be with Malik, you had these refound feelings, you wanted to explore the possibilities of love again with him, you know what? Fine. It's still going to be hurtful to Bobby, but you have to pull Bobby aside and be like, look, you know, I still love you. However, I feel like, you know, my heart is in a different place and I don't want to pursue that further without, you know, I don't want to seem like I'm doing anything behind your back, so I want to close one door before I open another. You see what I'm saying? So it was baffling to me that Bobby was the one apologizing. Granted, yeah, you smacked him, but you only smacked him because of the foolery that he was doing. So it seems to me that he should be the one apologizing because of what he did. That confused me, but you know what? I'm just like, all right. And we're going to go ahead and switch over to Malik. This is not the order that I intended this going in, but we're going to run with it. So Malik decides to come clean and talk to Prince about what happened at the party because he says that Prince is a very, you know, important connect that he wants to keep in Miami, which is fair. People want to keep their bills paid. People want to keep their connects because, you know, connect is a lot of times success. I mean, it definitely has to do with you, your drive, your talent, that's the fourth. But it's also very important who you know, okay? Because who you know can get you in front of the right people and things of that nature. So he wants to keep that, you know, bridge intact. He's not trying to burn that. So he feels it's necessary for him to come clean about, you know, who Jeffree is to him. He told him that he was gay. Okay, fine. But what I found interesting, or what was funny to me is, Malik asked the question that I asked last week. How did Bobby get in? And honestly, Prince never specified. He just said, oh, you really must not like him. Like, I still, that needs to be answered. Like, do y'all know each other? Is it because you know him through Trina somehow? Like, how did Bobby get entrance into this supposed executive pool party when he couldn't even get backstage to his own cousin's performance? I'm just saying. Some things ain't adding up. I'm just saying. But Malik came clean, you know, of course. Wait, let me move this out the way. Malik came clean, and of course Prince is cool with it. He, you know, is supportive, you know, just like anybody really should be. But yeah, he didn't make it no big deal, but he's kind of, you know, for whatever reason, Malik is feeling afraid about making that decision to tell Prince. I'm not sure if he specified why exactly, but when Jeffree had that whole meeting with Bobby, and he basically was like, I hope you don't think that these flowers and these candles is about to make anything better, because I'm still breaking up with you for smacking me. Which is crazy, because you were the one, okay, no, you're not, you're just using him slapping you as a gateway, as an excuse to break up with him so you can be with Malik. Because you were trying to find a reason to dibble-dabble and balance and limbo between the two, trying to still be with Malik because he make you feel good, but yet you're supposed to be, but you feel your obligation is to Bobby, for whatever reason, but now you was trying to, you know, trying to play defense, but now that Bobby has slapped you, you want to use that as a reason that, oh, well, I mean, I could just use this as a reason to not fool with Bobby no more and just go with Malik where I really want to be at. That's what you're doing, Jeffree. And you know, you're not fooling anybody. You could be fooling a lot of people, but you ain't fooling me. All right? I'm on to your game. But after he done broke up with Bobby, he goes over and meets with Malik, and Malik talks about how he's been so afraid to come out because he feels like it may mess up with his business and his sponsors, or people may turn their way. And, you know, that's a very real thing that can happen in the industry depending on. I want to feel like the culture is changing slowly to where that's not the case as much as it used to be. I could be wrong. I mean, Miami could be a whole different industry, you know, or, you know, what have you. But it's very real. He started to cry, and Jeffree said he was so touched that he would really take all these risks for their love, which is fine. And, you know, definitely a good step in the right direction, but I guess I guess it's cute or whatever, but all right. I'll just take it for what it is. I'm gonna have to see how this, because something just tells me, because I saw when I was looking this up that they're starting to film a reunion, or they just filmed a reunion. A lot of people look good. Okay, they had a budget for this reunion, but something just tells me that Malik and Jeffree are gonna get into it for some reason at this reunion. Like, it's gonna be some mess. I don't know what it is. I could be wrong, but we'll just wait and see. All right, now that I got them out the way, I was annoyed at Miss Steph, is her name LaCour? Because she's doing this music video, which looks so much like, if you're a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, y'all may have seen, what was that music video? The Realness that they did for the finale of season 8 when they were doing the neon white or whatever. And she's up there making all these, you know, LGBT references, giving face, beat for the gods, yes, God, oh, all of that. I'm just like, and what's crazy is that a lot of women believe that gay men try to be women and that women came up with these phrases, when it's in fact we made it our own. And then because it became sort of wide range pop culture that women just started using it, and it's a little annoying It's a lot of annoying. It's a lot of annoying, and stop doing it. It's just cease and desist. But she meets up with Veronica and tries to talk about, you know, why they didn't come to the shoot or whatever. So she's filling her in on what happened at the gallery or the Simply Jess event. Veronica is some kind of delusional. She's a special girl. And I'm listening to her talk, and I'm just very baffled and confused at her reasoning and logic, because she is upset at JoJo because she feels JoJo was being messy, stirring the pot against her and Amara from her talking about what happened with Young Hollywood, and saying that both her and Amara are betraying her, and that she shouldn't be putting herself in these positions to be betrayed. But Veronica, in both of these instances, you're calling these other girls fake. But yet, you were talking about Amara behind her back. That's a fact. That happened. We saw it. And in result of that, Amara tells us that you are claiming that you and JoJo are so cool and they're so close, and that she barely knows Amara, but yet you're talking about JoJo, saying that you wouldn't even mess with her, like she's too bougie, you can't be with somebody like that, this, that, and the fourth. So if you're saying all of these things behind your so-called friends' backs, doesn't that make you fake? You know, like, what is she talking about? You did this. They're not betraying you. They're just reacting to your fakeness. What? And then she met up with JoJo, trying to confront her about her stirring the pot, this, that, and the fourth. And JoJo was like, look, now, I will say this. I am starting to live more and more for JoJo. She was really, you know, weighing me down with that parental drama, but we only seen that in one episode. We haven't heard from it since, and I'm glad. That's good. Now, JoJo, they was going back and forth. She was talking about, you know, I'm a millionaire, this, that, and the fourth. You broke, you live in the projects. Sis, I love you, girl, but let's not lie. You are not a millionaire. Your father is a millionaire, okay? And you have to ask your father for money to get your business up and running. The money is not yours, okay? It's his. Now, whether or not he's willing to give it to you is up to him, right? I don't want you to get caught up in the mess, because I'm starting to like you, but I don't want you to, don't do that, all right? But she was holding her ground up against Veronica, because Veronica was spewing absurdities and just stuff that made no sense. I mean, sure, it made sense to her, but for those of us with common sense and brains, functional ones, no. I don't see why she keeps feeling like Amara should be grateful and how she's just the victim here. I'm like, Amara views you as fake because you went and worked with and tried to go out on a date and get some pee-pee from Young Hollywood, who she came to you crying, saying that he blatantly disrespected her. And you agreed. You agreed to that was a disrespect. But yet you turn around and go on a date and get all flirty, ha-ha, he-he with him, and that you don't think that's fake? And then you, as JoJo, you going up to her saying, well, you barely know Amara. What loyalty do you have to her? Loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. Like, and then it comes out that you saying that you don't even mess with JoJo for real because you think she too bougie. You don't even like her. Why should she be loyal to you now when you don't even really mess with her like that? I told Veronica, I was just looking at my screen like, what is wrong with her? Is she special? Is she touched? I think she's touched. I think Veronica may be one of the ones who ride on the short bus. And that's no shade to those who rode on the short bus, but I just feel like she is delusional on a whole nother level. It's unhealthy, I tell you. It's unhealthy. Now, one of the heavier subjects, we saw that there were scenes where Gunplay lost a good friend of his to senseless gun violence, and we know with the climate it is today, that is, I mean, we could go on and on, honestly, and the fact that it's still happening just at rapid rates to this day is ridiculous, and they wonder why we riot. They wonder why we're so loud and boisterous about the fact that our people are being gunned down for these senseless things who we don't want to. That's not why we're here. We just want to send, those condolences to Gunplay for losing a good friend of his. We're praying for you, my brother. However, okay, before I go into that part, that was kind of funny. I have to say, Shay, sis. So Shay, was coming off of breaking up with Pleasure P, saying, "Oh, I'm feeling all kind of ways. Men always do this to me. Blah blah blah." Now, the minute she says that, Scrappy walks in the frame. When I tell you, when Scrappy came on the screen, I couldn't roll my eyes hard enough. They could have rolled out into the back of my head and onto the floor. I was rolling my eyes so hard. I was like, so... And I'm glad that they replayed the part where Scrappy proposed to Erica on whatever season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta that was, when he was supposed to be with you. He proposed to her in front of you. Played you to the left. And you call, that's who you call? That's who you want to hang with? Now he's all of a sudden moving to Miami to get out of Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Mona. I don't even gonna need to get on Mona. Mona knows what she's doing, and we just keep watching it, so it ain't no sense in even trying. But Mona, I'm gonna need you to get her a better lace wig, because that is the harshest wig line on Shay's head. If y'all don't get her something to fix that. Now, I'm supposed to be getting into her storyline and trying to get into what she's talking about when I'm seeing all these harsh lines across her forehead. Them baby hairs that's supposed to be slick with that gel not helping. It's not blended. It's not blended. Fix it, Mona. Sheesh. So Scrappy's back in the A. I mean, not the A. Miami to, child, I don't even know what. But what I want, well, now that I mentioned them trying to do whatever, he gonna try to slip and slide back into Shay's life and other things. But I was gonna give her the side eye, like whatever happens, you ask for it, because you've done this before. You rode this ride. You know how it ends. If you want to ride it again, don't expect anything different to happen. I'm just saying. But Gunplay and Scrappy are friends, and he talks about how his friend passed. And apparently Scrappy and another friend, whose name escapes me, decides that they want to bring, two women to kind of help him ease his pain. See, already Scrappy's a bad influence. That's first and foremost. Secondly, these women that you were bringing, these are those hodgepodge twins, mom, daughter, skinny, well, not... guinea pig looking naked mole rat resembling. I'm sorry. What's her name? Is her name Chinese Nikki? Whenever she come on screen, I feel myself jump back a little, just like, oh, cause she looks scary. She scares me. It just is what it is. She's scary. Now, and Scrappy just over there hugged up and licking on like she's just. I'm just like, ugh. No, ma'am. Not at all. I'm sorry. No. But I do have to give Gunplay points, because when all that situation, she was like, you know what? I'm going to catch y'all later, because one thing I don't need is to get in trouble with my old lady. Nope. I see where this is going, and Scrappy, you ain't right for putting me in this position. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, where am I? Is the last thing I need to talk about is Trick Daddy? Yep. So, I mean, really, this really didn't get nowhere, to be honest. Trina wants to mediate between Joy and Trick Daddy, and the same thing that Joy said happened when she came to the house was the same thing that happened this time. They tried to sit there and mediate. Whenever they started talking about the feelings, he got up and left. Joyce, he asked her, like, what do you want? He said, I want out. And he's trying to be like, oh, you know, it hurts me that she wants to, any man's wife wants to have out of the relationship, this, that, and the fourth, and blah, blah, blah. My thing is, I mean, is he not signing the paperwork? Is he... I don't believe that Joy wants to end the relationship. For some reason, I don't believe her. Because I don't see why is this like an Apollo Phaedra situation where one wants to get divorced but the other one doesn't, and just being petty about signing the paperwork? Is that what's happening here? Because I just feel like she's not doing enough, or I'm not believing her when she says that she wants to end a relationship. Because otherwise, why deal with all this? You know, I don't see it. But and another thing that had me a little bit confused, I could have sworn that Trina was releasing a solo album entitled The One, and she was releasing singles over last year to release this album, which I thought was going to coincide with this Love and Hip Hop. But has she instead focused that into this TNT album with Trick Daddy? I'm confused. I thought that was happening. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost sure that's what was supposed to be going on. But either way it goes, that was Love and Hip Hop this week. Next week looks like it's going to be really good, because Shay is getting back into it with the Hodgepodge twins, and Trick Daddy's getting petty with this I'm done, or some kind of petty divorce party, and he's trying to be all extra, pretending like he's gonna be on the market again. Like, you know, when somebody goes out their way to try to make them look like they over somebody, they're really not. They're really not. They just trying to make the other person jealous when they really sit there crying on the inside too. But thanks again so much for watching this review. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that little bell button so you can be part of the notification squad whenever I put up a new video. In fact, I will be uploading another video right after this one, and we're going to be doing another one of our scary stories from Mr. Nightmare. I know for some of you guys enjoy those a lot, so I'll be recording that after this. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Jamar, Washington.